I use many apps every day, but when it comes to productivity, Notion always takes the lead. And out of all the templates I have, I only rely on my second brain system. It keeps me productive, helps me get my tasks done, my habits tracked, my goals and projects organized, and in the most motivational and rewarding way. So let me take you inside my system. So here we are in my Notion Second Brain 6.0 setup, and this is the main dashboard. So here where I spent my most time in this Notion template, and quickly let me show you what we have inside it. First of all, we have navigation and we have 4 categories. We have dashboards, live, knowledge, and extra. I will go through each page later on. Then we have quick actions. So here we have several buttons, and by clicking them, I can create any action like creating a new task, new resource, new notes, or creating a new action in my finance brain template like adding a new income, new expenses. Then we have today tasks. And this view here, we have 5 categorized tasks. We have to do and doing. So the tasks that are in the to-do status or doing status will be here. Once, for example, a task is done, it will be in the done view here. Then we have flow tasks. A flow task is something like important and need high energy. It will be here. Then we have quick task, which is something like important but need low energy. Will be in the quick view. And finally, we have tomorrow. So once I finish all my daily tasks, I can easily plan tomorrow tasks. And this is one of the best productivity tips, guys. Always plan your tasks the day before, because once you wake up tomorrow, you know exactly what you're going to do today, which is tomorrow. Then we have daily inbox. So here, every day my journal will be created automatically. So then I can click on it and journal in the morning or before going to bed. Then we have my good habits that I set up, bad habits, and also we have reading log. I will explain it later on. Then we have recent notes, recent resources, and recent idea, which can be yesterday notes or resources or ideas, or it can be today. Okay. So if I go and create I got a new idea today. For example, let's say something like new marketing strategy, for example. So this one is created today. If I go to my ideas, I will see it here, okay? If it was created yesterday, I will also see it here. Then moving on, we have live areas and topics, and I will explain it also later on. But now in the left side, we have daily progress. So here, as you can see, we have today progress 15%, you're in the middle, 1 out of 2 completed tasks. As you remember, we have a done tasks and also this one. So if this one also is done, we can see that we have today progress 100%, job is done, 2 out of 2 completed tasks. Then we have completed habits. So if I go to good habit here and I check all of them, I can see we have 4 out of 4 completed habits and 100% full progress. But then if I did the bad habits, for example, let's say I ate fast food today, I see that my progress goes down. And then we have finally reward. So here a message say add a reward. We didn't add any reward yet. The point of adding a reward, it will motivate me to do my daily tasks. So I can easily click on this button here and add a reward. For example, let's say that once I finish all my today tasks, I can then hang out with my friends, for example, or play some video games with my friends. Now I can see that you deserve the reward. Why? Because we did finish all today tasks. So the daily status here is one of the coolest features. And let me tell you, I didn't show you all its property yet. I will show you later on. Then we have monthly finance. So here I can easily see my this month income, expenses, taxes, and then I can see also my balance. Of course, I can see more features like subscriptions, my finance profile, and more features. But if you are curious about the finance brain, there's a video. I will leave it in the description below, or it will be show up in the pop-up. So in this dashboard also we have review section. So any notes, idea, resource, or book that need to be reviewed, it will be pop up here. Also, I can see my past week journals, so I can review them and see what happened to me the last week. And here we have ambient music section. So here we can embed any Spotify playlist, podcasts, or whatever you listen to. Personally, I don't listen to anything while I'm working. I don't listen actually to music at all. But if you prefer, you can embed anything here. And here we have this week section. So here I can easily see my tasks for this week, good habits that I did, the one that I missed and didn't check them, my bad habits. I can see my reading log, which is, I told you that I will explain later. I can see my income and expenses of this week. And finally, in this dashboard section, we have in progress. So we have 2025 goals that I'm currently working on, milestones that I'm also working on, projects, and what I'm currently reading. So that's what we have in this dashboard. To start setting these templates, first of all, we need to set up some goals. Just to clarify something, this is not my personal version. So I have my personal version here, but it has too many personal data, so I'm not going to show it. So we're going to stick with this version, which is, you can access it if you want. Let's create a goal. So I'm going to create a personal goal of mine. We're going to the social media live area, and then I'm going to goals. I'm going to create new page. Of course, you can create a goal from the goal page if you want, but we are just going to stick with this quick tutorial. So here we have start quarter. I'm gonna start at Q1, okay, of this year, or I already did start. The month will be June 1, 2025, and the end will be December 31, okay? So we have 175 days left. The status of this goal, it's in progress. And then we have milestones or goal progress. Here also it says add milestones, projects, or tasks to process. So this goal needs some actionable steps. So for this goal, I'm going to create 2 milestones. The first milestone will be reach 200k followers. Okay. Sorry, I forget to add the name of my goal. Reach 500k on Instagram. Okay. So this is my personal goal. And then I will create another milestone, which is reach 300k followers. Okay, I'm just going to leave it empty. Here I can add too many details, or we can open this milestone. So here I can add the live area. Of course, it will be social media. I can add start dates, end date, days left, all the features that you can see. But we are going to keep it quick for now. So now to track this milestone, I need to create some projects or tasks. For this milestone specifically, which is reach 200k followers, I don't need any project, to be honest. I just need to keep posting, okay, every once a week maybe. So my task will be post once a week. So that's the only task I need for this milestone. Okay, let's say that currently I'm doing that, which is I'm currently doing. I still didn't reach 2k followers. So we're going to leave this milestone empty right now. We are going back to my goal, and then we are going to reach 300k follower. So once I will reach 300k followers, I have a project. First project will be upgrade my setup, and this one will include too many tasks. First of all, I need to set a budget, then buy good lights equipment. Then I need to, add some decoration to the room, just upgrade. So currently I did set a budget. I still didn't reach this project or milestone first, but I did this task. So here we can see we have in the progress, which is 1 out of 3 completed tasks, and we have 33% completed. Of course, once we will finish all those tasks, we can see that we have 100% and we complete all the tasks. And then we can set this project to done. Of course, I didn't finish this project yet. I'm just showing you how the system works. Also, we will see automatically that I finished this project on July 8th. Now, there is another cool feature, but it didn't work because we didn't set a start date and end date because we still didn't reach 300k followers. So let's say that I did reach this milestone 2 weeks ago. Let's go to 26, for example. And here we can see it took me 12 days to complete this project. Now let's go back to our milestone. And here we can see it's 100%, 1 out of 1 completed project. Of course, we need to keep posting until we reach this milestone. Now I'm just showing you the example and how the system works. Now let's go back to our main goal, or before that, let's set this one to done. So now we can see we have 15%, we are close to finish this goal, and we have 1 out of 2 completed milestone. So this is how this goal system works. Of course, just like I told you, now I'm just showing you example. In real life time, that will take a lot of time. You need to work hard and you need to keep, posting videos and whatever is your goals, building muscles. But this system will help you to track that in a great way. Now let's move on. And now we actually did explain this live section. We explained live areas, goals, milestones, projects. We still have tasks and habits. So let me show you how tasks works in a more advanced way. So if you go to the task page here, first of all, we have rewards that I just showed you before, how it works when you add task. But then also a cool feature we have in the tasks manager, which is recurring task. So here we can create a task that will repeat every single day. So for example, for me, I have one simple task that I do every single day is post a tweet. So posting a tweet is something I do every day. So here we can go to recurring interval, set it to 1, recurring unit to days, so it will be repeat every single days. And here if I want only some specific days, that's if I did set it for week, okay? But for days, it will be repeat for each single day. So now, for example, let's say today I did post a tweet, so it's done. So here we can see that post a tweet, which is for today, it's done. And then automatically it takes this one and duplicate it and paste it in the next day or tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow, once I will complete this task, it will do the same process. It will duplicate itself and paste it here in Thursday. So this is one of the cool features if you have like a task that's repeating every single day, maybe some specific days. For example, let's say I train chest workout, and then recurring unit will be days, and let's say Tuesday and Friday. So let's say that for today it's done. So the next task will be the next Friday, or sorry, the next chest workout will be next Friday. So if we go to Friday, we will see chest workout. So that's how it simply works. Also in this task manager, there's many cool features. For example, we can track tasks time. So for example, let's say filming this video, for example, we're going to click on it and set a time. So let's include time. And let's say that I start at 10 a.m. today and it's finished, done. So here we can see that it took us 53 minutes to finish this task. So it's a cool also feature to track your time and know where you spend your time most. So that's what we have in the task manager. Now let's go back. Let's go to habits. So here we have a new page called Habits War, which is a little bit gamified. So in this page, we have good habits and bad habits. Also, we have character rewards, but this one is for the gamified section. And that's what we make this template so cool. And I will explain it later. So here we have today completed habit that we checked while I was explaining the dashboard. So we checked all today habits and we collect all the points. So we have XP and coins, and that moves us forward in our character progress. Also the discipline. So the concept of this dashboard, we have good habits against bad habits. So you need to stick to your good habits to build discipline, and you need to avoid bad habits so you don't lose points and you don't lose progress of your character. So for example, if we did a bad habit like over 3 hours screen time, we can see that we moved from 70% to 14% in our progress. Of course, you can create your own good and bad habits. So that's what we have actually in this habits war. Also, we have today's status here, so you can see how many points you collected from doing your good habits and the progress, and just like I showed you before, how many completed habits. So now let's just move on. Also, I forget to mention something. In our goals tracker page, we have something called rewards. There's one thing I want to clarify about this Notion templates. It's not just any other Live OS Notion template. It has some cool features and properties that will really make you motivated to do your work, to finish your goals, to complete, to just get things done. So here we can set a reward once we complete all our goals of this year. For example, we can go here and say something like 2 or maybe 2 months. Okay, 2 months vacation. Okay. And here we can add the goal. So reach 500K. So here we can see we are 50% close to reach this reward, and we are, halfway to achieve this goal. So of course, once we achieve this goal, we will deserve this reward. Now let's move on to the knowledge section. Here we have, first of all, we have topics. Topics are sub-area of life areas. For example, if we go to health and fitness, we can see that we have 3 topics. We have bodybuilding, nutrition, and supplements. If we go, for example, to self-improvement, we can see we have 2 topics. We have reading and mindset. If we click on any topic, for example, like reading, here you can see, first of all, how many notes it's related to this reading section, idea, book, resources. For example, we can create a book about reading. There is some books that help you to read more. And this is a good way to explain also how the books tracker works. So let me find a book. So there is a book called How to Read a Book. And here we can add the book cover if you want. We can download it just for the aesthetic purpose. Here we can add start dates. For example, let's say I started reading this book anytime here. Date finished. Let's say I finished yesterday. So here I can see it took me 10 days to read this book. Here I can add the author, genres of this book. Let's say it's nonfiction or maybe self-improvement. Here we can add reading status. It's finished. And then we have categories and other stuff to fill. So reading log is every day I can go like to reading log here and create a new reading log. And let me explain it. We can relate the book that we are currently reading. So how to read a book. Here I can add starts page. So let's say I start from page 0 and today I finished at page 13. Let's add another reading log also related to how to read a book. Starts page, which is from 13, the one that I read yesterday. And then let's say this book is so short, like I did read it in 2 days. And I finished on the page 17. Let's say, so we have 100. So let's say that the book has 100 pages. So let's go back to our book, which is how to read a book. Let's click on it. And let's say that it has 17 page. Okay, here we can see the progress is completed. I know maybe you are frustrated about this feature. Let me explain it to you so easily. You create a book and every single day you track your reading. So that's the simple phrase. For example, yesterday you stopped from 13. Today you start from 13 and you finished at 14, for example. That will move the progress here in the book. Okay, and if we go to reading log, we were going to see them here. Of course, here we have today, because we just create that example. But if you did create one today and one yesterday and one last week and too many reading logs, you will see them here. Okay, here in the books page also you can relate notes, you can relate idea while you are reading this book. You can highlight some notes, highlight some ideas. Also you can add quotes from this book and you can add them here so easily. And then we have a summary that's my personal summary, but you can change it, of course. Moving on, we have ideas, resources, and journaling. So ideas, I can easily create a new idea, just like I told you before. For example, something like create a new logo, for example, for my business. Here I can set many properties like priority, pin it. If I want to pin this idea, let's pin it. And also here we have review status. So let's say after 4 or 5 days, I want to review this idea. And if I didn't review it and it will stay on the not reviewed section, it will be here in the review section telling me you need to review it. So I keep the review section here because once I will move to here, I will see something need to be reviewed. Okay, the same thing goes for resources. It also has this review feature. Here we can see resources organized by recent, pinned, live area, topics, need review, reviewed, and all. And also here we have by tags. So we can create a new resource, for example, and made as favorite or reference, inspiration, bookmark, tool, wish list. You can add a YouTube video, for example, and then you can add the link here. And finally, we have the archive section here. So anything like tasks, projects, milestone, goal, resource, idea, and notes that I created. But then I think I'm not sure if I want to work on this task or goal or maybe notes, or I want to save it or not. I click on archive, which let me show you where is it. For example, let's go to any task here. Let's add any task. Let's go to done here. So we have filming this video. If I click on archive it, first of all, it will disappear because I don't need it. Also, any archived item, it will not be shown anywhere. So if we have a task that's related to a specific goal, then I archive this task, it will not be anymore related to this goal. Now, if we go to the archive section here and we open this one, we can see filming this video. Here's it. And then if I changed my mind, I can unarchive it. So that's what we have in the knowledge section. And we actually finished almost 90% of these templates. Finally, we have dashboards. So here in the dashboards, we have JTD and Para, the two famous ones. We have Idea Studio, Simple Mode, Game Mode, which is the exciting one, and the Mobile Access. Just one note, too many people ask me this question, should I keep GTD dashboard or should I keep Para dashboard? To be honest with you, in my personal system, I have all those stuff and only the Game Mode and Mobile Access. I don't use GTD dashboard. I don't use GTD dashboard or Para or Idea or even Simple. So it's your preference. You can delete them because those are just views, based on this productivity technique. So keep whatever you like. But now I will go first of all to the mobile access. I will keep the game mode, the last one. So mobile access, just from its name, you will access this page from your phone because Notion isn't optimized well on our phones. I create this view here so you can easily check today tasks or this week tasks. You can check today habits and bad habits. Check your journaling and check some recent resources or idea or notes that you captured. Also, there's some quick actions. So you can add like a task quickly, a note, an idea. For example, you are working and you came up with a new idea. You can open your phone, go to new idea and create a new idea. So that's what we have in this mobile access page. Now let's move on to the game mode. So this is the game mode page. First of all, I'm not going through all details, to be honest, because I already made a recent video about the game mode, which goes in depth on every feature and how it works. But quickly, let me show you how it works. You have a character, you set up your character, and you have three main points. We have XP, coins, and puzzles. XP and coins, you collect them by doing tasks. So here, for example, you can collect 55 XP and 120 coins. And now you will ask me why there is here 120 and here we have only 100. Well, that you will find out in the video of the game mode. So you need to go to watch it. You also collect points from good habits. You don't collect points from bad habits. In fact, you lose points. Here we have reflection, which is journaling. Video log also will earn you points. And finally, we have here just a tomorrow quest, which is planning tomorrow tasks. Also, you earn points by reviewing notes, idea, resources, and books. Also by completing goals, chapters, which is milestones, and missions, which is project. And then finally, when you unlock a specific level, for example, if you reach level 9 and you have 80 coins, you can buy this reward. Now, in fact, one anime episode reward, we can't buy it. Even if I have 18 coins, if I go to my character here, I can find that I have 6,000 coins, but I still didn't buy this reward. Do you know why? Because it's locked. I still didn't reach the level 9. Because if we go here, we are in the level 4. Once I will reach level 9, for example, let's say this goal is done. Now I reach the level 54. Now it's locked. Now it's unlocked. Now this reward is unlocked and I can buy it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, many times as you want. Also, we unlock this reward. But what makes this game mode or this gamified version of Second Brain so exciting? First of all, it's whenever you want to exit this page and come back to your normal Second Brain that doesn't have all those features, you can do it easily and simply. Also, what makes it exciting is challenges and titles. So challenges, we have 13 challenge, okay, from easy to impossible. When you start a challenge, for example, let's go with complete 15 tasks. We are now at 18%. Once you will finish this task, you will earn 1 puzzle. Now, when you collect enough puzzles, you will earn productivity titles. So we have 10 productivity titles from action taker, momentum builder, until productivity legend. And let me tell you, this one will take you 2 years even to finish this, or maybe 1.5 years to collect all those puzzles. I already started this game mode on my personal system, and let me tell you, it's so fun and it's challenging and at the same time fun. It's hard a little bit because I made those challenges hard, and I also made how to unlock those productivity titles so hard. So yeah, that's what we have in the game mode. Of course, just like I told you, you can watch this video and learn more about the game mode page. So that was my personal Notion Second Brain 6.0 system. It's an incredible system all in one place. I will leave the link in the description below. You can download it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.